All right, so we're starting today with a new block, a new mesocycle. Mesocycle is just a fancy word for saying a few weeks of working out with an intended goal. So my goal right now is hypertrophy, which it has been for the past little while, and that is just muscle building. All these big fancy words. I definitely know what I'm talking about. So we're starting with the world's fastest warm-up. Doing a lot of rotator cuff things, mostly for the shoulders. I've had a little injury or just a nagging pain in my right shoulder, so I'm really trying to take care of not starting my workouts before warming that up properly and getting the stabilizer muscles going. So here I'm twisting around. Okay, so today I'm warming up my chest because we're doing some bench press and some push workout today. So we're starting with the bench press. So we ended off last cycle with quite high volume. I was up to about 6 sets of bench plus 6 sets of a lot of the other moves coming up as well. So we're back down starting at 3 sets. And what I'm doing and have just tried recently is starting at low amount of sets throughout the week, first week, and then by the second week I had a set for each move, and then third week I had a set for each move, at least for the ones that make sense and the ones that feel good. So I keep trying to push the volume that way. And I also try to up the weight when I can, but it's not always about upping the weight. As the sets get increased throughout the weeks, I might keep the weight the same and just add a set. So that's another way of overloading without just adding weight. So throughout all these movements, I'm really trying to feel the muscles being worked for each movement. So I'm not just trying to get from point A to point B with the weight. That would be something you focus on when you're working on strength, because that's usually the goal. But when you're trying to build muscle, you actually want to feel the muscles work, because that's how you get the most bang for your buck, and you actually build the muscle you're intending to build. And that's what, advanced bodybuilders might call mind-muscle connection. That's all that is just to feel the muscles being worked. All right, this movement here, the Pike Press, I haven't done this in a long time. It's been at least 8 months maybe since I've tried this. It felt pretty good today, but I'm also starting on a tiny block there. And normally I was doing it on that box that you see in the back there, or even against the wall for 3 or 4 reps. So there's a big change, but I just want to get used to it first, and then I'll pick up the pace as I go. And with how much volume and how many sets you're doing throughout the week, it doesn't have to vary from, low to high like I'm doing. I just started trying that out. It seems to be working so far. I really like it because it allows you to get used to the movements and kind of ramp up. And by the time you're at, the later weeks, you've kind of built your capacity to handle doing lots of volume. So instead of just jumping in with tons of volume and then getting burnt out in, say, 2 or 3 weeks, I can probably go for 4 to 6 weeks doing that, because you're, building the volume slowly. And it seems to be working so far. So I'm trying that again for this block. Here's the skull crushers. Always tap that nose, make sure you're getting full depth there. All right, in the lateral raises, I do have these set up to be 2 or 3 times a week. I can't quite remember right now. And then same with these as well, the rear Delt Flies. So this I do with a band right now in as many reps as possible. I find you get a nice burn at the back there, and that's kind of an indication that something's happening at least. This move's fairly easy. It feels pretty good though, and it's good just to balance out the back muscles. Even though you're not going to see these too often, they're actually really important for keeping, your front delt not too overdeveloped, or at least, that hunched shoulder thing that you see people get. You don't want to develop that, so you build the back muscles to kind of counter that. All right, and that's pretty much it. We'll see you next time.